All right, we're going to talk about your home today, from buying your home to making sure that you don't get scammed if you're renting a home. Now we're going to focus on how to make the most of the space in your home, specifically the mudroom.
Yeah, the mudroom can provide organization and storage solutions for busy families. It can help bring order to the most used entry of your home. And in today's Angie's List, how to make the most of your mudroom. And if you don't have one, how you can create one even in the smallest of spaces.
Mudrooms are quickly becoming an essential addition to many homes. They were originally intended for those in cold climates to dispose of heavy winter gear, but these areas can be helpful in any climate.
I knew in my next house I definitely wanted a mudroom, and as I looked for new houses, that was one of the things that I was really looking for, was a mudroom, or at least some kind of mud space at the back door where we could come in and have that transition into the living spaces.
Nadine Malin says she had many reasons to include a mudroom on her must-have list.
In terms of the weather and the dog and dirt and mud and bugs and everything else, we wanted to have a separate entryway where we could come in, take off our shoes, have the dog's feet wiped down, and drop our book bags and other things in a separate space.
A mudroom was missing from the home she fell in love with, so Malin decided to add one.
I really love that it has a big closet, and we've built in some shelves for organizing and a place to put mops and brooms and the dog food and hats and all those kinds of things.
Angie Hicks, founder of Angie's List, says a mudroom can not only help make your life simpler, but it can also increase the value of your home.
Adding a mudroom can be a great return on investment because it adds organization to your home and makes your entryway much more inviting.
On top of that, Angie says mudrooms can even extend the life of your flooring and other areas of the house and help you save on heating costs.
What many people don't realize when it comes to installing a mudroom is it actually can make your home more energy efficient. By adding an energy efficient door on the inside of your mudroom, you can actually block that cold air from ever entering your home, saving you dollars on your energy bills.
Angie's List says mudrooms are often located just off kitchens or near garages. They offer the perfect place to easily transition in and out of the house. Professional organizers like Becky Gaynor say a mudroom is a great space to store your on-the-go supplies like coats, bags, and shoes. But you don't want to let it become a chaotic catch-all.
So the number one thing is limiting how much is kept in there. And then define boundaries. Really let each family member know what you expect to keep in that area, but pare it down. Really pare it down.
For instance, now that the kids are back to school, Becky says a mudroom, if utilized properly, can really help cut down on those hectic days.
What's important when the kids are using the mudroom for school is that they keep as little as possible there. Let's keep it down to one backpack. And if they've got sports, I would like them to have just one sports bag.
When organizing your mudroom, Becky says you should assess your inventory and give each family member a dedicated space, but don't make things too complicated.
Don't stress yourself out and over-organize. We want these systems easy to maintain and easy to access and use for everybody.
Becky says it's important that everyone who will be using the mudroom is on the same page.
I really think the biggest impact that can be made is the family's mindset. We really need a cooperative team effort, embracing that space and maintaining it properly.
Maybe your home doesn't have a mudroom. Becky says you can improvise.
If a family does not have a mudroom or a defined entryway, I recommend maybe like a shoe rack. What's good about a shoe rack is it creates or utilizes vertical space.
Another idea, Angie's List says place a console table or bench along the wall to act as a catch-all for clutter. You may also want to consider installing coat hooks on top of the bench to hang coats, backpacks, and hats. If you're short on space, Angie's List says look for an all-purpose coat tree.
Angie's List has a few more ideas on how to upgrade that mudroom entryway. We mentioned mudrooms can extend the life of your flooring, but you'll want to think about the flooring you're actually putting in the mudroom. For this high traffic area, choose something durable that can withstand dirt and moisture, such as dark slate or tile. Angie's List also says play with lighting. If you have a tall ceiling, hang a pendant light or chandelier to give it a fresh look. A table lamp also provides an extra layer of light that adds a homey feel. Also use accessories such as an umbrella stand or a small dish for keys or maybe a hook for a dog's leash. Angie's List says think about what you use the space for more often and go from there. Finally, if decor isn't your strong suit, call a professional who can help you best utilize the space for both function and form. And Angie's List says you can expect to pay anywhere from $50 to $150 an hour for a qualified professional.
Well invested money.
Well, one person who is definitely going to want to make good use of the mudroom today before coming inside is Delmarva Life's Sean Stryker.
Today we are putting Sean to the test on how to be a true Delmarvan, and that means a lesson in oyster shucking 101. Sean, how you making out?
Well, guys, I'm making out great. These are the freshest oysters I've ever eaten. They were harvested this morning. Coming up, I'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into oyster farming.
And later, did you catch what the soap world is buzzing about today? Shamar Moore is back on The Young and the Restless, if only for a couple of shows. A little later, what it was like for him to step back onto the set for the first time in nearly a decade. Delmarva Life will be right back.